issue of school resumption is still at the front burner in national discourse. So much is happening here in the entertainment industry. Again, rape is increasing alarmingly in this country. As a matter of fact, it's becoming an embarrassment to us as a nation. These and many more will bring your way today on Triple F, Facts, Faith, and Forum. My name is Peace Isaac Yerokun. You're welcome.
I am Adedayo Adeniji, welcoming you to another beautiful edition of this program. The wheels are spun and the days have rolled by. Here we are. And this program, it is designed to get you enlightened, informed, and entertained. And it is a program you cannot afford to miss. So ensconce comfortably your couch and start enjoying this balanced television diet. Once again, welcome onto the program.
Now, I don't know if you've seen the trending video on, Chinese school resumption. And this is, something that gives an idea of how a school should be.
Prepare.
Should prepare.
Yes.
At this COVID-19 era.
Yes.
If we must let our children go to school or resume at this time, some measures should be put in place. Probably you want to see this video. It's actually trending on the social media. Now, it's not that we want to, spite anyone here by bringing this Chinese. Of course, COVID-19 originated from China in the first place. And so what are they doing and what are we doing? Now, this is a major discussion for us today, Dio.
All hands must be on deck to ensure that the children are in good hands and the environment is conducive for their well-being. And that is why we must pay particular attention to it. And that is exactly the reason we're going to be having an expert talking about everything that the government is doing
and what should be done.
Yes.
And to ensure that our children go back to school safely. I mean, that's a concern for all the parents, for school owners, and for the government. And so we will have Mr. Ezenwa Ajero. He's a former school principal. So he is also the director of Lagos State Government, retired, now into educational consultancy. Mr. Ezenwa Ajero is our guest today. We welcome you on set today on Triple F, sir.
Thank you, madam.
We are looking at the school resuming, in the shortest possible time. We are aware that because of COVID-19, our children have, they've been at home, and a whole lot of them are, are not doing anything. There's no educational stuff for them, and some, especially the private schools, have been involved in online learning program. Now, it's a concern for everyone, for the government, and for every parent to have our children back in school. Mr. Izdenwa, are we prepared to go back to school?
Yeah, thank you very much. So I'm able to look at this to say what are the imperatives of safe schools. These children are coming from homes. Are their homes safe? So we don't believe that the schools are where the viruses are inhabiting. The government of Lagos State has put in place measures, to get these schools ready. All the schools have water, running water, potable water.
You are telling us that the Lagos State government has ensured that every public school has potable water. Now, what monitoring is being done for private schools?
For the private schools, of course, that is their selling point. They must have these facilities if they want the parents to patronize them. So it's in their own best interest to put these facilities in place. Because any parent who gets there and does not see the basic things, of course, the person has the right to take the child back.
Now going further, looking at the number of pupils that will be resuming to school, what are the arrangements on ground to ensure that we do not have too many clusters of students in classes? Numbers and other, and there is no way these children will not mingle. So what are the arrangements on ground that will ensure that we have spaces so that
the issue of social distancing
and all that will not be infecting one another?
That is why we have this phased reopening. See, not all students are going back to school. Those in exit classes.
Okay.
So you have enough room to spread out. A school that has, let's say, 4 classes of SS3, A, B, C, D. Of course, they have to spread into 8 classes now. They have the rooms because the other classes are not there. So all they need to restore being 40 in a class, it's going to be 25.
Okay.
So that way, the social distancing is actualized.
Is there any mechanism that will ensure that as it works in the private schools, it will also work in the public schools?
Definitely. It's in the government's interest to ensure that the children will have safe schools.
Now, we are looking at resumptions, we are looking at facilities in school. Well, what is going to be the setup? What assurance are you giving to parents that when I allow my child to go to school, the child will not bring COVID-19 to me?
If the measures the PTF has rolled out, the guidelines given out by the committee, and the state government is implementing that, they'll be talking to all the stakeholders, all the principals, all the education authorities are on the same page to make the schools safe. And those who are going back to school are not below 15 years. They're not 15 years. These are who are supposed to go into tertiary institution in the next few months.
Okay,
So,
are you saying that pupils in primary schools
no,
are not going to be resuming.
Yeah, they're not.
They should stay at home.
Yeah, yes. Those
For
ones,
how
yes.
long? But stay at home doesn't mean that this measure shouldn't be put in place.
No, they're
talking about
it's
children.
the same school. So let's see how this is like a pilot scheme. Let's see how it works out.
Okay.
By the time these ones do the exams, finish and go out, of course, we'll see the pros and cons, and of course, there are some adjustments. If there are any lapses, they'll be corrected before the younger ones will come in.
So what advice do you have for parents? What orientation should they have, and what orientation should they give to their children as the children prepare for resumption?
It's just that education is a process. And of course, the children come from different backgrounds. Yeah. Some children have an advantage. Their parents are educated, they are well informed, they are well enlightened. Some come from homes where nobody even cares for them. They're on their own. We get that too. Yeah. These are the ones that should worry us. For the vast majority of them, their parents are stakeholders. They call teachers. They ask, "What do we do? What do we do?" They're concerned. But for vast majority, they're on their own. That's what we should focus on. Those who are, how would I say, they are orphaned, technically, and whatever it is.
And they are Nigerian children.
They are Nigerian children, so Nigerian child. And they mixed up with these ones who come from privileged homes, so to say. Okay. So that is the major concern for Nigerian. What about those in the rural areas? That's also part of this the exam. They're going to write the exam. If you take Liberia, during their war, they lost 3 good years. A whole generation of students, were wiped out. They never went back to school, and it is part of the social upheaval that's going on in that country today. So if these ones do not go back to school, and we have this 1.5 million to write this exam now, next year it will be 3-point-something million. Remember, even in Nigeria, 1970, because of the Nigerian Civil War, in the East Central State, we had those who were in class 5 in 1967. They could not write their school certificate until 1970. Those who were in class 4 then joined them. We now have class 5 special and class 5 ordinary. And what did it cost? Expo 70. That is what it is going to repeat if we don't do the real things now. So Expo 70 is going to now have Expo 2021. Wow. Whatever.
It's really a source of concern to everyone, government and the people of Nigeria. I mean, it's a global concern.
It is.
It's a global concern. Teachers are worried, students are worried, parents are worried. But we do hope that something is done. I mean, I don't know.
The government is concerned.
Somebody said we pray a lot here, that we should get on to work.
Yes.
So let me not say, "Oh, God help us," but I pray all hands are on deck.
We all believe in one God. The parents are leaving their children at home, going to work. They're not afraid of contracting it at work and bringing it back home.
No, don't say that. Parents are afraid. Parents are worried.
So why would there be an undue concern about going to school? The parents go to workplaces, different places, and they hope to come back safe.
We hope to.
Yes. And why is the undue concern that it is school where they will get the come back?
No, it's not.
I don't share that. The school is also a workplace for some people.
It's a general concern.
The school is a workplace for some people, for a lot of people.
It's a general concern. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Ezenwa.
Thank you very much.
For being on
Thank you.
today. Thank you so much.
Ajero, thank you very much. So we should be rest assured that the children will remain safe in school.
Yes.
That is it.
Schools are safe.
We must resume.
Yes.
Nigeria must continue moving forward, and education must continue, because humans without education, it will be impossible to govern them. And these are the next generation. Thank you very much for coming onto the program.
Thank you.
Facts, Fakes, and Forum continues after this time out. And now, in recent times, we've been hearing about rape. We're looking at rape, the prevalence of rape in our society. What does this do to the victim? It is not just about, somebody raping somebody and it's done and it's gone, it's over. No, it destroys life. It
Exactly.
impacts life negatively even throughout the lifetime of the individual. So we want to look at it to know the implication of, if you are looking at it, think about what you are doing to others. Let's watch this. We'll be back. All of a sudden, rape has become endemic in Nigeria, with many losing their lives to this dastardly act. There are two types of rape: the forcible rape and drug or alcohol facilitated rape. Forcible rape involves unwanted sexual penetration obtained by the use of force or threat of force, while drug or alcohol facilitated rape occurs when the victim is passed out or highly intoxicated because of voluntary or involuntary consumption of alcohol or drugs.
I believe crime or violence against women, especially this sex-related issue, is a crime against humanity.
Like, this act has been going on for a very long time now, but it's just that it's now that we parents are coming out to speak on it. Even in families, in the office, even in the compound, it's everywhere. But we women must come together as one and speak to put a stop to this rape in our society.
It's not acceptable, and the pandemic or the rate at which is being reported now is now on the high side.
Rape and other forms of sexual assault have broad-reaching effects on many levels, including functional impairment, physical health, and mental health.
It's really sad because even as a little child who's raped, you've destroyed something of essence in the person. You've destroyed their soul. And from what I hear, they carry this baggage through life. It causes trauma, It causes trauma, which then segs into so many other harmful things, in the person's life. It causes low self-esteem in a person. It causes them to feel fearful, resentful. It causes them to feel like life is worthless or they are worthless. It destroys lives. Some girls who were raped as adults, they grew up not trusting men. They grew up distrustful of everyone. And even when they are married, in their marriages, they're not they can't be intimate, they can't be open, they can't be vulnerable with their partner.
Rape is not an experience that only happens to adult women. According to research, more than half of women who have been raped were first raped before the age of 18. And contrary to belief, men and boys are also raped. Unfortunately, perpetrators of rape are believed to be more likely to be someone the victim knows well.
We as a society, we have a duty, to support victims. Once we hear somebody has been victimized by rape, we shouldn't be asking any of these stupid questions, because then you are kind of advancing the notion that for some reason the person asked for it. We should support them, we should believe them, and please don't say, why did it take you so long to talk? Because some people who were raped as little girls are talking about it today and accusing their rapists, and people are saying, why is it that you didn't speak at that time? Look, anytime a rape victim wants to talk about it, is the right time for them. Our first job is to support a victim, whether male or female. If someone comes and says, I've been raped, we should support the person.
Regardless of age or gender, the impact of sexual violence goes far beyond any physical injuries. The trauma of being raped or sexually assaulted can be shattering, leaving the victim feeling sad, ashamed and alone, or plagued by nightmares, flashbacks, or other unpleasant memories, and even struggle with anxiety and depression. Hence, the relatives and friends must rally around the victim, support and help the person to overcome the trauma. With adequate medical and psychological therapies, the victim can live normal life again.
She cried. cried in anguish and in pain. She bears the scourge of her grief. She toils in vain for justice and succumbs to silence. He gloats over his malady. Like a beast, he pounces with no remorse. Her cry meant nothing. Her pain feeds her shame. Like an orphan, she is left to grieve in solitude. But no more will she cry in vain. Her adversaries will henceforth bear the brunt of their bestiality. Rape is evil. Rape is a plague, a pandemic of monumental consequences. We must unite and kick it out of our society.
You're welcome back. You're still on Face, Facts and Forum on the Nigerian Television Authority.
Now, it's also important to know that NTA was long ago was at the forefront of fighting this what do I call it now? This monster in our society. Facts, Face and Forum is not just about very serious issues and all of that, school resumption, rape and all of that. We are also here to entertain you. And so there's a lot happening in the entertainment industry. Regina Daniels, I heard, had a baby recently. And so look at this future.
On our entertainment segment, our spotlight beams on Regina Daniels. She is a Nigerian actress and a film producer, born on the 10th of October 2000. She started acting at an early age of 7. Her first movie was Marriage of Sorrow. She has featured in a lot of movies, amongst which are Plantain Girl, Beautiful Shakira, Young Widow's Tears, River Queen, Princess of the Seventh River, etc. The screen star married Ned Nwoko, a businessman and philanthropist, in April 2019. Billionaire wife, new mom and actress Regina Daniels, who welcomed the son on the 29th of June 2020, reveals how her husband was the first to confirm she was pregnant even before she took a test.
The first time I found out I was pregnant, I was confused. I just couldn't explain the feeling. Though at first my husband was already saying, oh, he can perceive a pregnant woman, and I was like, yeah, perceive what? Okay, how do you know a pregnant woman? And he said, I know, I'm used to it. I know when a woman is pregnant. And I was so shocked. It sounded so funny.
Well, it's been a long time coming. I am excited. Regina is excited. I can see everywhere also that many people are excited about the pregnancy. She was anxious. But I told her at some point, I told her that she was pregnant. She didn't believe me. She kept asking me, how do I know that she was pregnant? And I told her that I have this sixth sense, that I could smell a pregnant woman from 2 miles away. So indeed, she didn't believe me, so she went to the hospital a few times, and eventually she was told that she was pregnant.
Congratulations, Regina, on your new bundle of joy. That's all on our entertainment segment for today.
Well, we say congratulations to Regina Daniels on the birth of her baby. Congratulations. And you know what? I'm very concerned, just like all Lagosians. Third mainland bridge will be shut down for 6 months. Oh. That is another topic for discussion.
Yes, for another
As we
time.
round up today on Triple F, Facts, Face, and Forum. We do hope you've enjoyed our being here. We do hope you've enjoyed our barging into your sitting rooms and your bedrooms to talk to you. My name is Peace Isaac Yero. We'll be with you again next week.
Thank you very much. I am Adedayo Adeniji. Facts Face and Forum, it's an interesting program. It's a program you want to have your goods and services advertised. And when you do so, you have profits coming in torrents. So join us and you will have the best deal. Thank you very much for being there. Until next week when we will be coming your way again, remain blessed.